Yugi is known, a bit unfairly I think, for pretty much cheating 90% of the time. You know, pulling up random effects out of nowhere, doing something the card shouldn't do, or just generally making things up. Well, it is interesting and a bit funny to bring this up. I mean, it takes a while before video after video of wait, he attacked the moon, wait, he used a trap card on his first turn, did he really just screw math and say infinity plus 1 to get old? It's kind of a bit of misinformation, as a lot of these things are results of edits between sub and dub, changes in different rules between manga and anime because they're still trying to figure out how the series would go, the power of the Millennium items, and how the series itself rationalize it. Yes, I'm literally saying Yugi isn't cheating because the show says so, and that's besides the point. Most events people point to aren't actually Yugi cheated, it's just a bit confusing to keep up with. Regardless, there have been times Yugi still has cheated, like even taking into account everything I say and what the show says. So let's talk about it. One of those moments you probably thought about is, so Yugi can play Yugioh without polymerization? Just kidding. Sorry man, I like your videos, but that was a stupid point. First off is the duel between Yugioh. And in that duel, there's something Yugi does that you probably already realized what I'm talking about. Where Yugi places a card face down and will turn the game against Yugioh. It's Mirror Force, in case you didn't know. But during this duel, Yugi doesn't say he put a card face down, nor made indication he did. Hell, I'm pretty sure he did it during Weevil's turn, but that's kind of confusing to figure out. Yugi flat out states what Weevil was too distracted to notice him playing the card face down. And sure, he was probably going to attack it anyways, even in characters in the show say they put a card face down. Unless they have to be very careful, usually don't care enough to worry about it. So it might be different, as Weevil later said he didn't realize Yugi had any other cards and monsters. Which I just now realized was probably a dumb idea to think that Yugi used Swords of Real Light during his duel with Kaiba, and even if he didn't, Weevil saw a bit of his deck and should have seen, or just use common sense to think since they're a tournament, Yugi would use traps and spells to help him. But we're not talking about Weevil being an idiot, but on Yugi's cheating. Up next on the list is an acknowledged rule-breaking moment from when Yugi was dueling Yami Merrick during the Battle City final. That is where Yugi, having faith that the card would be what he wanted, also a neat foreshadowing of him being able to call the card he needs, as explained later in the series, sets his card face down until he needs it, seeing the card. It's a cool scene. However, the end step in informing Yugi and Kid do that, getting into a bit of an argument over it. However, Kaiba allows it, so that ends and the duel continues. It's probably one of the funniest scenes from Duel Manga, intentionally or unintentionally. Like Yugi just had this dramatic declaration, because of that he got into a bit of trouble. Fortunately, Kaiba, one of the few times Yugi was probably glad Kaiba was there, allowed him to do so. And finally, there is the duel against Ghost Kaiba. Okay, that is not actually his name, but I'm just gonna call him that, as that's probably what you know him as. During this duel, Yugi is in a corner, as Ghost Kaiba has all three of the powerful Blue Eyes White Dragon. So yeah, it wasn't going well for Yugi, but he was able to get one over, eventually winning, doing that whole Mystic Elf Blue Eyes combo, which you probably already know. I'm not here to tell you how the Yu-Gi-Oh story works, just here to talk about Yugi's cheating. However, during the duel, when it looked like Yugi was gonna lose, Ghost Kaiba's Blue Eyes White Dragon dies from a virus uploaded by the real Kaiba, who was watching the duel and knew Yugi couldn't win, which is why this is the last thing we discussed, as the others didn't really matter. The Weevil won a bit, but it could have been tweaked to the point where it didn't matter. And the Merrick duel, Yugi could have just done it normally and nothing really changed. It was all just for show. However, with this duel, Yugi was facing defeat. The show seems to make it clear Yugi would have lost with that, and so yeah, Yugi cheated or was aided by cheating due to the interference of another person. No mistranslations, made up rules, or magic BS really changes this. I don't really know why Pegasus allowed this. Well, I mean I do, but that's a video for, or a reading in a Yu-Gi-Oh wiki for another time. So yeah, those are the times Yugi cheated, even taking it with a grain of salt. It's probably more, but those are the ones I was able to